So friends, we know we have dark times ahead, but we also have points of light. We have state governors and attorneys general who are saying they will not let the coming Trump administration run roughshod over the rights of the citizens in their respective states. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, we know times are dark, but there are lots of points of light that will pierce through that darkness. And in the coming days and weeks, I'll be focusing from time to time on those points of light. And yes, I know there will be counter-arguments about darkness that can, will, and probably should be made with respect to each point of light we discuss, but that doesn't mean that we ignore the points of light. We want to feed that light. We want to support those who are providing that light, like state governors and attorneys general. Here's the new reporting from the Baltimore Sun. Headline, Blue state AGs pledge to fight new Trump administration, quote, "We won't be flat-footed." And that article begins, Democratic state attorneys general are announcing plans to protect against the incoming Trump administration following the former president's electoral victory Tuesday night. The New York Attorney General, Letitia James, said in a press conference Wednesday that she has been preparing to fight back against a second Trump administration. Quote, "My office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back," James said, "and we are prepared to fight back once again." As the New York Attorney General, James added, she will not shrink from the responsibility to protect New York residents' rights and the rule of law. Quote, "No matter what the next administration throws at us, we're ready. We're ready to respond to their attacks," James explained. Quote, "Despite what has happened on the national stage, we will continue to stand tall in the face of injustice, revenge, or retribution," she continued. "We will continue to protect our most vulnerable and marginalized among us." California Attorney General Rob Bonta noted in a Thursday press conference he will intervene if the Trump administration threatens the rights of Californians. Quote, "You can be sure that as California Attorney General, if Trump attacks your rights, I'll be there. If Trump comes after your freedoms, I'll be there. If Trump jeopardizes your safety and your well-being, I'll be there," he said. Bonta added that he will use his authority to stand up for all people, no matter the politics. Quote, "I'm here to ensure every person, no matter how they look, how much money they make, where they're from, who they love, how they identify, or how they pray, can pursue their vision of the California dream," he said. Maryland Attorney General Anthony Brown issued a press release Wednesday in which he pledged to protect the well-being of Maryland communities, though he stopped short of mentioning President-elect Trump by name. "Preserving the rule of law in service of justice for every Marylander remains my highest priority," he said. "The Office of the Attorney General will continue to use every tool at our disposal to ensure the rights of Marylanders are protected, regardless of changes at the federal level." Friends, in recent days, we have been hearing from governors and attorneys general from state after state after state telling us they are standing ready to fight. Fight to protect the rights of their citizens. States like Connecticut, Arizona, Massachusetts, New York, California, Minnesota, and others. Here are just two examples of what we've heard in recent days. This from Governor Wes Moore of Maryland: "We will defend our constitutional rights. The people of our state voted to codify the right to choose into the Maryland Constitution. That right will be honored and respected in the state of Maryland. And we will continue to stand up for the basic rights of all Marylanders." And this from Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays: "She has no intention of dropping the criminal case against the fake Trump electors who sought to overturn the state's 2020 election results. A grand jury in the state of Arizona decided that these individuals who engaged in an attempt to overthrow our democracy in 2020 should be held accountable. So we won't be cowed. We won't be intimidated." So friends, there are two more points of light right there. And I know what some of you are thinking, some of you are saying, some of you might even be yelling at your TV screen or your computer or your phone. "Glenn, you're talking about blue state governors and attorneys general. I live in a red state. What about us?" Here's the thing. Remember down in Georgia when Donald Trump urged the Secretary of State, Raffensperger, to just find me 11,780 votes and corruptly declare me the winner? He tried to pressure Raffensperger and Governor Kemp into corruptly handing him the election. He even threatened that maybe they would be prosecuted if they didn't, because looks like you might be engaged in lawlessness. They stood up, they stood firm, and they shot him down. They did not kowtow to his criminal ask. So I believe there are governors and attorneys general who don't have an appetite for the kind of crime Donald Trump has always been peddling and may very well peddle in the future. I don't think they have an appetite for lawlessness and federal government overreach or unconstitutional conduct. I don't think they necessarily all have an appetite for autocracy and for dictatorship. Points of light. And there's one other point of light, friends, and it's called the 10th Amendment to the Constitution, which provides in substance that the federal government's powers are few and enumerated, and the states' powers are unlimited. What is reserved for the states and for the people. Here is how the 10th Amendment reads: "The powers not delegated to the United States," meaning the federal government, "by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people." And the governors and the state attorneys general have the duty, have the power, have the responsibility to protect the rights of the people in their respective states against federal government overreach, abuse, and lawlessness. Because justice matters. Points of light, friends. They're out there. As always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.